Hello, I belong to a group on Yahoo called SGOT American Girl dolls, and last Monday, which has been a week now, she sent an email out saying that there's a sew-along for underwear making for our dolls. So I decided, well, I just joined, and I thought, well, you know what? I've always wanted to make underwear for my dolls, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. Well, I got the pattern from Diane Morello, and I printed it out, and it's got one front piece and one back piece. That's all you need. So this is the fabric that I'm going to be using. Let me zoom you out a little bit. Whoops. Okay, this is the fabric that I'm going to be using. That's the front piece, and this is the back piece right here. Okay, so first thing you're going to do, now let me show you my embellishments I'm going to use, because you can use embellishments. I'm going to put this on the front. I thought that would look real cute. Like that. And then I'm going to use this lace to go on top, and then I'm going to use these flowers to go underneath, and then I'm going to use fold over elastic so this is the kind that I'm going to use. I've never used fold over elastic before, so this is my first experience, which I think I'm going to have to end up cutting it down. No, that'll look alright. I don't know if you can see. Let me put this pin in it. Okay. Okay, so with the ruffle and the flowers, if I can get it back up there. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit, see if you can see it a little. Let me try to bring it down some for you. There. So that's basically what it's going to look like. Now the flowers I'm going to have to sew on by hand because they're plastic. Okay. Whoops. Alright, there you go. You basically get the idea of what I'm going to do. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, the first thing we need to do is we need to sew sides together. So we're going to do the fabric face to face. Now if you do stripes like I did, make sure you get on the top line of the top of the stripe for the front and the back. Alrighty. So okay. Let me zoom you into my sewing machine. Okay. I'm going to do 1/4 of an inch. You can't see because my hand's in the way. Come on, you need to zoom out a little bit. There we go. Alright. Now we're going to do my finger. Here we go. I'm going to do my finger. I'm going to do a back stitch, and then I'll go forward. Do a couple stitches forward and then a back stitch. And then you're going to do a back stitch. Okay. Wish I had a better angle for my camera so I wouldn't have to keep watching out for my hand to get in the way. Alright, and I'm going to do the other side. But I'm going to work on it. This is my new camera I got for my birthday, so I'm still experimenting with angles and all that. So. Alright. See, when you get when you move in front of the zoom, I see that it blurs up and then it goes away. All right, a couple of stitches, back up, have some better light here, so I don't think you can see very well. Okay, so there we go. Let me zoom you out. Alrighty, this is the back. This is the front. That's the inside of the fabric. Here's my seams, and I'm going to finger press them open. And I'm sure that you all know how to finger press like this. You get your fingers in there and then you roll it down. This is knit fabric. You need knit fabric to do this with. Doesn't matter what kind of a knit, or stretchy fabric is what I mean. It doesn't matter what kind of a stretchy fabric you're using. Swimsuit fabric, whatever. I did a dumpster dive last night and I found some clothes that I knew I was going to cut up. They're in the wash machine now. To cut up for fabric to make my dog clothes with. I found some gorgeous suits in there, but they were way too small for me. But anyhow, I kept them and they're cut up, linings out, everything. Alright, well I can't seem to get this seam to go open, so let me turn around here. There, now I can to my iron. Well, I can't zoom you out. Maybe I didn't have you zoomed in as much as I thought I did. But anyhow, we're going to go ahead and iron these seams because I can't do a finger press on it. Maybe because it's let me bring it back a little bit. Now, I'll have to try to work around the camera. Got this little portable iron from a yard sale for $4. I love it. I've always wanted one. Alrighty. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put on the elastic. So turn it right side out, and I always start on the inside where the seam is. I get right up on the seam. Alright, I forgot to open my pen box up. Oh, you know what I should have done? Not on the seam, I'm sorry. I just realized it. On the outer edge of the leg. I'm so used to sewing everything on seams. Wasn't thinking. I got this elastic on clearance at Hancock Fabrics probably about 4 months ago, 3 months ago. And I knew that one day I'd find some kind of a use for it. Okay, there's one side there. I'm gonna go ahead and cut off what I don't need. I always leave a little extra. Okay. I just got a thought. That would look really pretty on top, I think. What do you think? Does it look real pretty? Or with the lace. No, I'll just leave it like it is. Alright, let's bring you back over to the machine. Okay. And you're going to do a zigzag stitch. You always do that on elastic. My hand is in the way. You know what? Let me position you a different way. Let me put you on pause. Okay, this is part 2 of sewing the panties together. I'm getting ready to sew the elastic. Oh, what happened to my thread? Got caught onto my tripod. Sorry about that. Alright. You're still going. Alright. I'm bringing my thread back down to my spool. Okay, let's go ahead and get this started. Alright, I'm going to do a couple of stitches to get started. I'm going to do a back stitch. Try to lock it in. I'm going to do a zigzag on this elastic. And you get it right up on the edge. I don't know if you can see or not, but right up on the edge, right here on the inside of the leg. I'm trying to remember to keep my right hand out of your way, except to pull the fabric straight and pull the pins out. Uh-oh, my thread came out. All right, I'm going to put you on pause. Okay, I went ahead and I sewed the elastic on both of the legs. Let me zoom out. Okay, on both of the legs. So there's one side there. There's the other side there. And I went ahead and sewed it on the top too. And I zigzagged it all around. And then I started on one of the side seams. When I got to the end, I folded over the elastic, what was strings I didn't cut. I folded over the elastic and then I did a straight stitch down this way. So that way the top would stay in. Then I went ahead and put on my ruffle, and that's going underneath the elastic. So I'm going to do a straight stitch on that. Get my arm out of your way in just a second as soon as I get it all set up. Let me zoom you in. There you go. Alrighty. Back stitch. And I'm just going across the top of the ruffle. Back stitch when you get to the end. Oh, I ran out of thread. So I'm going to have to put you back on pause and thread my needle. Okay, it was my bobbin I needed to thread, not my needle. I don't know why I said my needle. Alright, so I have to start all over again. So, get it underneath here. And I'm lining the top of the ruffle right on the bottom edge of the elastic. Oh, I forgot to tell you that I folded over each end of the ruffle on the seams. Okay. Alright, see there? I folded over the ruffle. Alright, now I'll have to stretch my arm to let you see. Let me get these threads. Sorry about that, my arm hit. Diane, just in case you're watching this, thank you for the pattern. I didn't send you a thank you email. But thank you for the pattern. Thank you for all the wonderful tutorials that you do. Yes, I'm in my nightgown. Okay, here we go. Isn't that cute? Okay, whoops, another thread. Okay, I don't know if I want to go do the flowers or not. Maybe if I did it across the top here. Like that. I think that would be pretty. You know what? I was just thinking. I wonder what it would look like if I went all the way around. Let me start halfway from the front, go around to the back and see. I think that would look better if I did the back and the front. Yeah. I'm going to get it. I want to save this, but let me get another piece of okay. Alright, so I'm going to start at the seam. All the way around. Yeah, that'll look really nice. But you know what? I have to sew this on by hand because it's plastic. So, I know y'all don't want to see me sew anything by hand. It's going to take a while, so I'm going to stop for now, and I'll be back when I'm done putting it on. I got to thinking, I'm going to show you how to sew it on by hand just to get it started, and then I'll stop the video and I'll finish from there. Now what I'm going to do is bring it down a little bit because I work a lot on my lap. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to start on the seam of the elastic, but I'm going to bring it through, I'm going to bring it through the back of the seam where the line is, and then I'm going to kind of angle it to where it's coming out this way. Alright, you see where the fold is that I did on the elastic? Alright, and now you see the angle that I'm coming out? There, alright, can you see it there? Alright, that's how it's coming out. Let me pull this through. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to catch a little bit of the elastic. I'm not going to go all the way through to the back. I'm going to bring it through. I'm going to make a little hoop. I'm going to put the flower inside of the hoop, the first flower. Okay, I'm going to hold it with my finger. Bring it through, good and tight. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come where the divider is right here. Man, it is so hard to try to show you, so I'll have to show you upside down. Okay, where the divider is right here, where the two flowers separate, that's where I'm going to go through, but I'm not going all the way through the back. I'm just going to pick up a piece of the top elastic. I'm not going to do a whip stitch. My needle got caught around the edge of the thread. I can get it off. See, both threads are trying to get in my way. There, got it. Alright, so what I'm doing is I came from the bottom. I'm coming up through the top. See where the needle is? I'm coming up through the top. And bring the thread over to the middle. to the end there. Now I'm going to go over it one more time. I'm going to do 2 stitches. So I'm going to do the same thing I did before. Make sure you catch it right there in the middle of the 2 flowers. So as you can see from the string, the thread, see, whoops, see, that's where it is. It's in the middle of the 2 flowers. And I'm going to go around like that until I get to the end. When I get to the end, then I'll show you how to tie it off. Alright, I'm at the end of this now. Okay, and I've got this right here hanging open and this right here hanging open. The only thing I could think to do, and it's right on the seam, is I'm going to go inside the seam like I did before. And I'm going to wrap I'm going to wrap over this side of the flower that I started with. I'm going to bring the needle down to the other side of that seam. Okay, and then I'm going to bring it up. That's not going to work either, because that's still going to... Let me see here. Let me experiment a little bit. No, that's not going to work either. And there are no holes in the flower that I can see, but you know what? It's plastic. I'm going to make a hole. I'm just going to go right through the flower. Okay, and then alright, and then I'll go out the same hole, but I'll go in I'll go in this seam, go to the back. Nope, that didn't work either. Okay. Now, let me think. Alright, this is what I'll do. I'll go to the side, come up through that same hole, see what happens, see what it's going to look like. Oh, it's not noticeable. Alright, so I'll do the same thing to the first side. I'm going to make myself a hole. I'm pulling the this end of the flower that I ended with over to the first flower, and then I'm going to go over to the side, go up in the same hole, then I go back down, and I'm not going all the way through. When I'm doing all this, I'm just the top layer of the elastic. Now I'm going to go to the seam, and now I'm going to go back. I'm going to go to the back of the seam, and then I'm going to tie it off. Okay. sides cut. Alright, now, let's see what it looks like. Looks cute. Do you know what I was thinking? No, I think I'll just leave it like that. I was thinking about putting ruffle in the back of the panties, but I think I'll just leave it like this. Alright, now I'm going to put the applique on. I'm going to position it. When I sew the legs together, it's too low. I have to bring it up just a little bit. I know, I'll overlay it on the ruffle. See how that looks. The legs together. What do you think? I think that'd be nice. Now this is one of those iron-on patches, but I always like to do a little stitch around it anyhow, so turning myself around so I can get to my ironing board. Right. And I'm going to zoom in for the ironing board. Raise it up a little bit. I'm going to bring it over a little closer to the ironing board. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to iron this on. I like to do all my decorating before I do the final stitching. Right there. Let me get this ruffle out of the way. I don't want it to melt. Okay. Alright, you have to keep the iron on. You're not ironing. You're just gonna hold it there, let the glue melt. Probably maybe 10 seconds. Just make sure I get all the edges real good. Alright, let's see what happens. It's on there really good. Okay. You know what? It's on there so well, I don't think I'm going to have to stitch the inside of it. Good, because I didn't feel like it. Alright, let's bring you back over to the sewing machine. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew the legs together. And the way you do that is, let me zoom you out, I'm sorry, I forgot about this part. And so what you're going to do is you're going to get this side here, oh, and I'm sorry, you're doing right side or right side. So this is the inside part here. See, no patch. So you're going to get the legs like this. Get them lined up. I'm trying to get this bottom seam lined up. I mean the crotch area. I just put a pin here because it's not want to lay flat. Alright, now I'm still looking for a sewing machine for my granddaughter, but I talked to my daughter now that school's out, and I keep getting one excuse after another about her coming over, so I don't think I'm going to have, I don't think she's going to be visiting this summer. She only lives 2 hours away. Oh well. Kind of upsets me because I really want to spend time with her. Do girl things together that she likes to do. She loves to sew. She wants to learn how to sew, she told me. So I've been looking for a sewing machine. Okay, see how I've got everything lined up? Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and sew it together. So let me get you zoomed in. I love this new camera my husband gave me. It's got a good zoom on it. It's 52 times zoom. Okay. A 1/4 inch all the way across. So start a couple of stitches and back stitch all the way to the end. Go back and go slow. Make sure you get it good and straight. This is my first time making panties. We'll see how it works. But my bottom thread got caught in the seam, which is easy to remedy. Okay. All right, here it is. Here you go. Alright, I'm going to put you on pause, and then I am going to put them on my doll and see how they look. Okay, here's the finished product on my doll. Aren't they cute? Zoom in a little bit. Aren't they darling? I did pretty good for my first pair. I'm very proud of myself. Well, I'm going to